I thought I'd make a video about why and how I left the Jehovah's Witnesses to help other Jehovah's Witnesses who are contemplating or thinking about leaving. They probably have a lot of questions. I know I did when I was faced with this. But first, let me kind of give you a little background of who I am and how I got involved with the Witnesses. I was raised, as stated on my YouTube channel, in the Jehovah's Witnesses since 1969. I was 5 years old when my parents started attending the meetings. They got baptized in the early 70s. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness from 1969, and in 1982, my senior year in high school, is when I became more serious about the religion, and I got baptized. I remember it was March 20th, 1982. It was the first day of spring. That's how I remember it. It's really easy to remember. And excuse me, and I took it serious. I wanted to become a missionary, and so I went to, or actually, I take that back. I wanted not to become a missionary. I wanted to work at Bethel, and so I went to a meeting that was held at lunchtime at a district convention. It's for people interested in going to Bethel, and they give you recommendations of what you need to do, and one of them they suggested was to regular pioneer, and it makes your qualification easier for them. So that's what I did. I started auxiliary pioneering, and eventually I was a regular pioneer and a ministerial servant. And this was about the year 1986. I was married at the time. My wife was a Jehovah's Witness as well. I remember going out in service, and I would hear the complaint, well, that's your Bible. It doesn't say that in my Bible. And I would really, to be honest, I hated that complaint. I would hate that, to face that argument at the door. So I asked myself, well, what do I do when they say that's your Bible? That's true. That's what my Bible says, and their Bible says differently than what is taught in the New World Translation. How do I overcome that? So I decided, well, I think I want to learn Greek, since then I can decide and give them a better answer from what was originally said in the Greek. Now, the society doesn't encourage this. They definitely don't. And I knew this, but it was my desire, so I went secretly. Can you imagine? I had to, because of fear of being seen, of going into a Christian bookstore. I was afraid, but I went ahead and did it, and I bought myself some Greek grammar books and some cassette tapes to teach me Greek. So I did that, and I was able to read Greek. Now, to understand it and to understand all the rules of grammar and the nuances with that, that takes a lot of time. And I didn't get that far into it, but I did pursue it enough that I was able to learn to read Greek, and I was able to use the tools that are available to help one understand Greek lexicons, concordances, like for instance Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. And I made use of these tools, and of course the Kingdom Interlinear provided by the Jehovah's Witnesses, which its text is from Westcott and Hort, and also the interlinear for the received text, or Textus Receptus, for the King James Bible. And I believe I had another one from the United Bible Societies. But anyway, in studying the Greek, I realized that in the Jehovah's Witness Bible, they put the word Jehovah in the New Testament 237 times. And I have another video on YouTube where I discuss a little bit about this. It was obvious that they overstepped the bounds of being a translator, and went ahead and put it in places where it doesn't belong. So that was an eye-opener for me. And at that time, we're talking about 1986 1989, I started listening secretly to Christian radio, a religious talk show, The Bible Answer Man, hosted by Dr. Walter Martin. He's dead now. He passed away in 89, I believe, or 90. But I would listen to him, and it would challenge me. And I listened at first with the intent, I'm going to show this guy he's wrong. And it was actually ended up being the other way around. I'm a lover of truth. I want to pursue truth. I believe truth will stand up to any scrutiny. So I realize the witnesses don't want you to listen to these types of radio programs, but I want to know the truth. So I'm not afraid of this. So anyway, I wanted to, or actually, not that I wanted to, but I came to realize that this is not God's organization. The Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, the religion associated with the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, is not God's organization. So in this was about 1991. I approached my parents, and all my sisters are Jehovah's Witnesses, or were at that time anyway. And I told my parents my concerns. That I didn't believe that this was the true religion anymore, and that I was planning on leaving it. Well, this was certainly a shock to my parents, and they suggested, why don't I stay in the religion and see if my doubts go away, or something new is printed in the literature that would clear up my doubts and answer my questions. I agreed with them, and I was about 26, 27 or so at the time. Excuse me. And so I didn't leave, and this was in the early 90s, and I continued until the internet came along, or I got a computer to go online. This was in 94, and I started doing research again on the Jehovah's Witnesses, and I would frequently visit a forum online, which I believe it's now closed for a long time. H2O. Maybe some of you are familiar with H2O. In the mid-90s, that was a really popular website for the Jehovah's Witness or ex-Jehovah's Witness, where they would meet and debate. And many subjects were discussed, and the one subject that did it for me was the 1914 doctrine that Jesus came in 1914. That was the end of the Gentile times. Of course, they based that on Jerusalem being destroyed in 607. Well, when I studied that, I knew that the witnesses had this wrong. And astronomy is one of my hobbies, and how this ties in with the 607 or 1914 is that archaeology has discovered many cuneiform tablets of clay that show the different reigns and lengths of reigns of the Neo-Babylonian kings, and oftentimes they would use astronomical events and put them right onto the tablets. For instance, if a certain planet was in a certain constellation on this particular day, while this planet was in a different constellation, or we'll go ahead and talk about eclipses. Well, I had, and I still have the software, astronomy software, where I can go into my computer, punch in the date that they say, and it will redraw the sky on my computer screen so I can verify if this was historically correct, which I did. And that was a big eye-opener for me. So anyway, when I came to realize that they were wrong, the Jehovah's Witnesses, it left, and you might be